Well guys, ARK is not looking good. There are hundreds or thousands of people that are quitting ARK Survival Evolved, and they're not moving to Ascended. They're just fully quitting ARK in general because of a couple simple things that could easily be fixed, but Snail Games is corrupted and has purposely ruined ARK. So they don't want to fix it because they're trying to push everybody onto Ascended to make as much money as they possibly can. It is really disgusting. So let's go ahead and start with this first little thing here. Now this is an article that came out about a week ago, which was published on a pretty decently sized site, which is PC Gamer. A lot of you guys should know that. And it talks about a guy that has 35,000 hours in ARK Survival Evolved, and he gave it a negative Steam review. How do I get a refund? This is probably one of the biggest people on ARK, I'm gonna be honest, because 35,000 hours is, oh my god, that's how many years? What, 4 to 5 years? Oh my god, that's a lot. So just keep in mind, guys, he had to play this for 4 to 5 years straight. That's not just like 4 to 5 years. That's 4 to 5 years straight, 24/7. And ARK's been out for about 10 years. So, wow, he spent about 40 to 50% of his life playing ARK for the last 10 years. That's insane. And that's if he even played it for those 10 years. But that should really tell you about where things are going with ARK right now. If ARK keeps this up, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Ascended is gonna get finished and they're just gonna abandon everything. Actually, no, they won't. They're gonna try to milk it as much as they can. I don't know though, but ARK Survival Evolved is not on a good path right now. So this article down here just kind of goes over stuff. So it left early access in 2017. That's nearly 70,000 hours ago, which means if a player has logged 35,202 hours in ARK, they've essentially been playing the game for half of its lifespan, which yes and no, because ARK did technically come out in 2015. It was in early access then, so it was 2015. So I don't know, it's a little off there. But not only has one player actually done this, that just gave ARK a negative review on Steam. After 35,000 hours, and amazingly, they're also demanding a refund. But yeah, here is his review here. I'm gonna open it in a different tab, and it basically just goes over that he talks about, I've enjoyed ARK for 35,000 hours, one of my favorite games to play with friends and family. I ran an ASM server with mods for years until today. Nothing works anymore. Server doesn't match, mods don't work, and all of this is to force us to ASA. I have that game as well, and it sucks. That is why we went back to ASE, and now you have managed to screw that also. You had something great. Hope you don't choke on your greed. How do I get a refund? And 35,202 hours on record, only 74 hours in the last 2 weeks, and actually that's quite a bit still, but that's not a lot. I mean, I've done more than that, to be honest. But yeah, not really a good look. 200 people found this review helpful, also not a good look. But having this being posted in your review page alone does not make your game look good. Like, you look terrible. If a man with 35,000 hours is posting a bad review to not buy this game, you know that something is wrong. Simple as that. This video is sponsored by Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a non-alcoholic supplement that quite literally makes you feel good. These drinks give you a high, but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being root beer. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code OUTCAST for 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. Yeah, so I mean, just on Evolved, I have 5,300 hours right here, but that's because I started on PlayStation 4, and on PS4 I had about 6,000, I believe. 6,000 hours, I think. I don't know. I sold my PS4 many years ago. But yeah, so I probably have a total about 11 to 12,000 hours just on Evolved alone. So, I mean, I know quite a bit about the game. And I'm also making these bad reviews on it as well. So there's another, person that's angry about this kind of stuff. And then on Ascended, I have 1,300 hours so far, which isn't a lot. But I mean, the game came out two years ago, and I mean, I've been playing it, but I don't play it. I usually spend a good amount of my time on Evolve still. But yeah, there's a couple other things that I'm gonna go over just about other people who are having the same, just like, experience with stuff, and I have many of them that have actually commented on my channel, so I will be going over a lot of comments. So if you guys are watching, shout out to you guys because y'all made it into a nice video. So it says down here in the article, so for the record, it appears publisher Snail Games is aware of the issues. Our top priority remains to fix an issue with the game engine on the live version of ARK Survival Evolved. If that is your main priority, why is the game still not fixed? But we have not had an update about what is going on. This is the Aquatica Discord. These are all of the devs that handle Aquatica, and they're also the ones that accidentally broke the game. There has not been an update since the 24th, and that has been 4 days as I'm filming this video. And these are just live streams that go over, oh, well, we're fixing this, we're fixing that. Not much is getting done. Like, yes, they're fixing main issues with Aquatica, yes, but ARK Survival Evolved as a whole does not function. I will also prove this. I will actually load up Evolved just really quick, just to show you proof that it still does not function. All right, so here's ARK Survival Evolved, right? As you can see, everything is functioning, buttons are functioning, and this took about 4 seconds. And as you can see, it does function slightly, so you can still click well, you really can't click the buttons, to be honest with you, because my game isn't frozen, guys. It still is functioning, but nothing works. The buttons don't work. You physically can't even exit the game. You literally cannot play a server, single player, nothing. Nothing is functioning. This is against the policy on Steam. Steam has the right to take ARK Survival off of their page now. I mean, this is against terms of service. I don't know if it's legal or not. It might be in some countries, but I doubt it because we're not holding these companies liable enough, which is the biggest problem. As you can see, as I've been talking, it still is not working. I still can't do any buttons. And then I have a phenomenal PC too, a phenomenal computer that can handle ARK Survival Ascended, which is the one on Unreal Engine 5, pretty smoothly. I run at about 60 to 70 frames per second on there, which is pretty phenomenal considering that's a pretty, harsh game on just your average, just like PC. And I can run that perfectly fine. But I can't run ARK Survival Evolved, which is Unreal Engine 4 on my computer, and nobody else can either, except for the developers because they probably have super PCs or they're just working in the dev mode, which, is gonna run better just in general. But yeah, I have to open up Task Manager to even close ARK down. But yeah, when you end task, it actually does listen. But even then, it's still not really working well. I mean, Alt F4 is broken. I just don't know. I really don't know. Another thing that comes with, just all of these people that are very angry is the Steam reviews. Now this is the graph for ARK Survival Evolved. Usually it was pretty rough around here. It was 2017. That was early access time, so I don't know what fully happened there. I forget. But it was pretty rough until about 2020, but that's whenever COVID hit. So, everybody, actually, no, that was November of 2019, actually. That was right before COVID actually even happened, and it had great reviews. I mean, this is phenomenal charts compared to, the bad reviews. But yeah, I mean, 87% of your stuff is positive. I mean, that's pretty phenomenal, but you got to keep in mind that this is for COVID. During COVID, everybody went to gaming, so I mean, there's that. And the chart has slowly gone down over time, but it's kind of steadied out, which is good. I mean, it's not bad, really, at all. And in fact, this is the lowest that it has ever been for bad reviews for ARK, which is phenomenal, by the way. And then out of nowhere, July 15th hit, which was whenever Snail Games released Aquatica. And oh, the charts don't lie. Really shows you, what's going on. And here's some of the reviews. I'm not going to really read all this because there's a lot to cover in this video. But yeah, I did cover a couple of these things in one of my last videos. Gonna kind of look for it. There's one with 1,200 hours. Keep in mind that is quite a bit of hours. Again, here's the 35,000. I mean, there's 4,000, 6,000, 4,000 hours, 2,000 hours, 1,400 hours, 2,300 hours, 3,300, 23, 5,000, 3,100. These are all 14,000. I mean, 13,000, 6,000. I mean, what 11,000, 3,500. I'm sorry, but show me another game that has this many people with this many hours that are leaving bad reviews. 21,000 hours. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is insane amounts of time played on this game. Insane amounts of time. I mean, this is just incredible to me that you have these people who have played for such a massive amount of time in their lifetime for this game, and they are all leaving bad reviews and telling people to not buy the game. Here's another one that has 35,000 hours, posted in 2017 though. That's kind of crazy. But I mean, 11,000 hours, 3,000 hours. I mean, it's just insane. Another 35,000 hour post. I mean, these are not small people, guys. Like, this is your community that you are destroying. 15,000 hours. I don't understand. How do you guys not see these reviews? I know that they're sitting here. I know that they can listen to us because they are, and they're choosing not to do anything about this. They are intentionally destroying this game for money. It is so sad to see. And this is what so many other companies are doing, but I've never seen a game company do this before for any game. Like, this stuff makes EA look good. Like, come on. I'm just so outraged about this stuff. It's destroying a huge part of my childhood, a huge part of my life today. It's just angering everybody. If you guys do not listen to your community and fix your game, I guarantee you will lose almost everybody. You'll lose about 90% of your audience. Of course, you're still going to have people that play that just don't care, but you're going to lose about 90% of your audience. And guess what? The game is already dead. It's already the most dead that it's ever been, pretty much, because you guys are so worried about money. And now the game doesn't even function. It has to be illegal. It just has to be against policies. There's just no way that this is allowed. They've left it like this for many days. Most gaming companies, if your main menu didn't function, would have it fixed within 24 hours. An update would be pushed out instantly to fix that problem. This is why I'm saying they intentionally attacked ARK. They intentionally attacked us. They are doing this stuff on purpose. This is not a joke. They are intentionally attempting to kill this game for just money, greed, power. I don't know what it is at this point. I really don't. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm gonna go over some of the posts from my channel. I posted one yesterday about a comment that I saw. It popped up on my phone, but this guy said, I got this game for free while it was on sale. A couple years later, I decided to play it after finding a mod that features something that I'm interested in, but upon starting the game, I realized that after a few seconds, I couldn't press any buttons anymore. I found out while trying to lower down the music, I was able to make the change and apply it, but I couldn't exit the options screen. Then I restarted the game and tried playing on single player, but it wasn't able to press any of the buttons for customizing the session. I don't have any DLCs or whatever, it's just the main game that is bugged for me. And this is a couple days right after I literally made a video about buttons not being able to function. Then we have somebody else here that says, as somebody with 4,000 hours in ARK, yeah, this sounds about right. Aquatica, which is the DLC that broke ARK, would have been absolutely awesome in Survival Ascended. It fits the theme, it would expand upon the mechanics. I don't like Ascended, but even I can admit that they are adding a lot more content to the game. It is a unique experience from the original Evolved, but Survival Evolved should have been left to rest. Because if you guys don't know, the final DLC for ARK Survival Evolved was for Genesis, which came out, I think, in 2022 or 2023, I believe, one of those years. Yeah, no, it was 2022. And that was like the final thing for ARK, and then, you know, they were gonna stop touching it, just let it be and just let their players have fun. And then out of nowhere, Snail Games came in and decided, well, let's add a new DLC for money, and rushed all of it. I have many other videos if you guys do want to watch those about what they've done wrong. I don't need to explain it because a lot of you guys already kind of know, but if you do want to see what they did wrong, go check out those other videos on my channel. There's many of them. And just keep in mind, guys, this isn't Studio Wildcard who is doing this, which those are the developers of ARK. It is their publisher, Snail Games, because every game has a publisher, and they're in charge of, you know, ads, publishing the game, dealing with all that kind of stuff. And they are a Chinese company. They are intentionally doing this on purpose to make money, and they hold power over Studio Wildcard. And this is also why Wildcard has not spoke out about anything. They do not want to be involved in it because they know that this was a bad idea from the start, and they couldn't say no to it. Simple as that. They saw this coming from a mile away, but they couldn't say anything. I'm still waiting for a whistleblower to come out for ARK. I'm waiting for it. I mean, it's gonna happen one day, and someone's gonna get in a lot of trouble, but it's gonna tell us the truth about what is really happening behind the scenes. But yeah, a lot of these commenters talking about, like, I have 6,700 hours in ASE. I have 10K hours across ASE and ASA. Couple comments in here. So let's go ahead and just look at the Steam charts really quick, because even amid with all of this stuff happening right now, charts are still doing pretty good, which is shocking. ARK doesn't even function right now, and people are still playing it, which is pretty amazing, which means that people are managing to just put up with, you know, with the BS for a little bit, which it takes like around 10 to 15 minutes to get past that, you know, main menu issue that's happening, and then you're in the game, and then you're fine. But you have to do it every time when you load up ARK. And just also keep in mind that there is 2 different versions of ARK right now, which is the Aquatica version, which is with the DLC, and the pre-Aquatica version, which is what they had to put out because Aquatica doesn't function still. So they had to put that out, and a lot of these people are on the pre-Aquatica version, which is why Steam charts are still this high. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think it's changed, to be honest with you. It had a pretty rough hit whenever Aquatica came out. I mean, there's a pretty big drop right there, and then these big spike drops are just from like an update or just a false like error on the chart. So just don't worry about that. But yeah, I mean, ARK Survival Evolved was doing pretty good. They haven't had a new DLC or anything in the game in almost 2 to 3 years now, and they were still managing to pull off 40-something thousand people a day, which is pretty phenomenal for just Steam alone. It's not including Xbox and PlayStation, which equals out to probably about 100,000 people a day, which is just absolutely phenomenal. And then Aquatica hit, and they went from 30,000 people down to 7,000. That's a pretty rough chart. Now, to keep this in mind, I will go around the same time as I did calculate that 30,000, and that is around 17,000 people. So they lost half of their audience overnight. But it did come back, so I mean, I will give it that. I mean, it's coming back up, but the charts are still hurt. It's still hurt from Aquatica. It still killed off a lot of people. People are angry. And usually a DLC is there to pull in a lot of new players, right? That's what it's there for. And this DLC did not pull in anybody. It made a lot of people quit. Yes, there's a couple people that are happy about it, but it still doesn't function. Not to mention that they did it for $8.99 and they made no money. After doing all of the calculations with the Steam cuts, with the refunds, because there's a lot of the refunds. I mean, we don't know a solid number, but they're probably negative on Aquatica. They're most likely negative. But yeah, so, I mean, there's nothing else to really talk about here. Just kind of wanted to go over some really big issues again, because this is just going to destroy ARK, and I'm going to be honest, I don't see ARK really being around too much longer. I mean, it's holding a good community of players still, yes, but they're intentionally trying to kill they're intentionally trying to kill this game for money and greed, and it is just absolutely disgusting. But yeah, thanks for watching.